We're here, and we have a lot to get to today. But I very quickly want to talk about what just occurred to me at my front door. Um,
Please.
just moments ago, uh, mail delivery person for a third-party delivery company, not my regular mail person.
Yes.
Took a lot of time with the label on the package, looking at it.
You were looking at it or the delivery
No,
person?
I could see. I'm in the living room looking out the blinds. uh, the the mail carrier delivery, not really mail carrier, delivery
Delivery.
of boxes person
Yes.
is studying the label for my package.
Yes.
As I always do, I wait until this person is nearly back into the vehicle before I open the door.
Right.
I watch them through the blinds. But Joseph, I didn't wait long enough
Oh no.
because I came out and I bent over to pick up the package, and drop the package dropping person
Yeah.
said, "Hey, what's your favorite Black Veil Bride song?"
Uh
And I look down and see that my package has a Black Veil logo drawn on the label. Now, is the culprit the person who dropped the package, or is it the person who mailed it to me also knows and wanted to give me a little nod that they know what it
yeah.
is?
Now when you
It
were
is.
speaking,
There's a passive aggressive part of it, which is I know where you live, haha.
yeah, right.
I was caught off guard by the question because I was studying the package that had the logo on
Right.
it, and I considered it for a minute, but only a minute. And by
A
a minute,
full
I
minute.
mean 60 seconds.
You
I
sat
stood
there.
there. I stood there looking down at the package while this person waited in the driveway. And after way too much time, I responded, "I don't know any." And the package dropping professional said, "Really?" And I said, "No, I don't know any.
I'm
I've
more of a
never
Britney
heard of them.
Spears fan.
I don't know what you're saying." And then, dejected and disappointed, the mail package person got back into the vehicle. I got back behind the blinds and watched them drive off. Now, I feel there's a couple things that I feel about this.
Sure.
I mostly feel bad that I denied myself like an apostle. In this scenario, I am my own Jesus and apostle. Uh, Famously, everybody knows the story of Jesus telling his apostles, Peter in particular, that they will deny him so
Yes.
that they won't also have to be crucified. And they say, "No way, we won't do that." And then invariably,
We're like,
the
yeah,
denial
yeah,
happens.
we'll do that.
Yeah. So in this scenario, I denied myself so as not to uh, have to talk to someone. Um,
Right.
but there's a myriad. Look, I have a lot of what you might call PTSD when it comes to people knowing about my house. Famously, we've
Yes.
had some crazy shit happen over the years at different locations. Breaking ins. I've lost a lot of my cool shit that I collected over the years from the band because somebody broke into my garage and stole all of it. We had a person tear down pieces of our fence at the place before that to try to get into our yard. We have had, it is, again, and I've talked about it on the show, I am not a big level celebrity. So my recourse is extremely limited in terms of what I can do other than, hey, please don't do that. And I'm not saying that there would be anything else you could do, but at least there's a certain level of like cachet that you perhaps have. I don't know. I have no aspirations to be a major scale celebrity. It sounds like hell. But at the level of where I have an audience and people know who I am, I have had 99.9% positive experiences in real life. It just so happens that the maybe 2 or 3 negative experiences I've had all centered around my home. So I have an instinct to immediately deny.
Yes.
But then the other thing is, I don't have an instinct to deny fans in public. Anybody who's ever come up to me at any kind of place, always down to take a picture. I always want to chat. And I hope that people can advocate for me here. If you've ever seen, if I'm at the mall or fucking Sunglass Hut or whatever else, and you come up to me, I would never in a million years say, like, no, get away from me. Never. I would never Mike Trout this. Just waiting for the Mike Trout fans to really get that. There's a video that's been
What did he
circulating.
do?
There's a video that's been circulating for the last few days of him leaving a hotel, and there's two like the most adorable little angelic children, and they're like Mike Trout, and he just blows right by him
Oh, wow.
and doesn't sign their shit. There's no one else there. There's his car and these two little kids, and then about maybe a foot and a half of space between them, and he just walks right by him. Like he considers for a second. That's the worst part is that he goes, like he definitely heard him. Anyway, I don't like Trout people. But I did. I Mike Trouted this person.
Well, in front of your house, there are different rules.
But are there? I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
Now,
it is weird. It's the hearth of my home. It feels like an inappropriate place. Somehow, if I'm at a fucking Jamba Juice, I feel like it's maybe more appropriate. But I don't know. I don't know the rules here. All I know is that I'm an extremely socially awkward person. I struggle with conversations on almost every level anyway. Now we're in a situation that is essentially like kryptonite for my ability to communicate, where someone is at the door of my house and they have figured out that this is the Batcave. And I have no one to blame. Alfred didn't let Vicky Vale into the Batcave in this scenario. I did. By daring to have mail sent to me.
Now, when you were peeking through the blinders, could you see him drawing?
Peeking through the blinders is so good.
Right?
Yes. Very good.
I thought you'd like that. Could you see him drawing?
Really like that a lot. That's my question. I didn't have a good angle on. So yeah. If you're watching this, dear mail dropper, box setter, I don't know that I don't mean to be offensive. I'm truly not trying to make disparaging comments about the job. I don't know the name because a mail carrier is someone who carries mail. I suppose that is also true of this, but I don't know. Mail carrier. Mail carrier sounds much better and less mean than box putter downer.
How about delivery driver?
Delivery driver, but delivery driver also denotes like, you know, your Grubhubs and your Hubgrubs.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Hubgrubs lately.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so if you're watching this, we're not going to talk in my house.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay that down right now. Should you see me in Target, come on over. As Mandy Moore said, come on over, baby.
As long as you're driving a Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah.
Isn't that there was a ton of those in that music video or something?
I don't remember the video at all.
But I
require anyone that comes on over to me, baby, to be driving a Volkswagen Bug.
Yes. Yes. Good.
That's the part of the VIP upgrades for the Trinity of Territory I was not able to get in. I really wanted to. No, but none of the other bands would sign off on. They have to drive a Volkswagen Bug into the venue,
and then say, "Come on over, baby."
I think I behaved poorly there, and I should have just said, "Oh, are you a fan?" But he didn't. Again, they didn't say, "Are you who you like?" It was such a fucking coy way of handling it. That's the other thing is I never deny being who I am. He gave me an out.
Right.
I was at the grocery store the night before the hurricane comes in. Everybody's freaking out. We're like panic, getting non-perishable food. Somebody comes up to me, "Are you Andy Biersack?" I say, "Yes, I am. Let's take a picture."
Right.
That's not an ideal scenario for that.
No,
But
not at
I
all.
was ready to do it because I'm so thankful and happy that people give a shit enough about me to want to take a picture.
Sure. Just not in front of your house.
But the house, but again, it was never said, "Are you Andy Biersack?" It was, "What's your favorite Black Veil Bride song?" Which gave me
Mm,
an opportunity to say, "I don't know any of them," which is untrue. I know many of them.
it is. Yes.
I
I
don't know
would say
all of
all
them.
of them.
At one time, I have known all of them, uh, and I know of all of them.
Sure.
If you ask me to name all of them, I might forget some.
Yes. I
By the
think
way,
we
I'm
did
doing
that
the
years ago with
hand
Jade.
farts.
What?
Can you hear the hand farts?
Yeah.
My dad could do such good hand farts when I was a little kid, and it was really, I thought when I grew up for sure I'd be able to do good hand farts.
Oh, that was a good one. Mixed.
Hey, fuck you,
Mixed
Joe.
farts.
All right. Anyway, please, patrons, let me know how I did on this. I feel bad. I feel like I did a bad job. I feel bad about any time that somebody may be a fan and they get an opportunity to meet somebody that they're a fan of and they are denied. I famously had that happen to me a bunch when I was a kid with bands I really loved, but I also never went to their house. But here's the thing. If I had been a delivery person at 14, inexplicably, child labor, and I ended up at Davey Havoc's house, would have been hard to not say, "Are you Davey Havoc?" or "What's your favorite AFI song?" Also, I am surprised that your mail is delivered to Davey Havoc.
Not even hiding it.
Perhaps it would say David Havoc of a, and then I draw an AFI logo on there.
Yeah, right. You could have been delivering the newspaper for him. I feel like 10-year-olds do the news. I don't know how you get around that. How do newspapers get around that with the child labor?
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
they've done
that's
it for a long time. Anytime I'm ever like, cause I get up really early, anytime I'm ever out like running in the morning, it's always a middle-aged person in an Astro van throwing them like aggressively at houses.
vaguely near the
Yeah,
front
to the
door.
6 remaining houses in the neighborhood that get a newspaper.
Right. Yes, that's true. There's probably not many of them. I was delivering the local Westerville newspaper when I was 12, I think.
I thought
Or
like recently, I took a shift
I can
last
attest. There's no
last Christmas
children.
when I went home.
Yeah, that's my my part-time holiday job.
Yeah. Well, I'm going home for a couple weeks. Got to have a gig. See if I can pick up some shifts in the morning.
Yep, I'll be on my third grade bicycle.
Yeah.
Just zinging them. Did you ever
Yeah,
play
Schwinn.
Paperboy? That was a fun game, a video game.
No, I don't even know what this
Oh, it's a
is.
good one. Yeah.
What's your favorite Paperboy? Uh, so anyway, we can move on. I feel weird about it. And now also I feel weird because my anxiety is going crazy that I have denied this person. And now they know that I mean, look at me. Like there's no way that it's not me. I'm literally wearing a Bengals necklace and shirt, two of the most definable characteristics about me.
Yes.
I
True.
didn't even think to wear my Unabomber costume outside to pick up the mail.
Well, and it seems like you had enough time to put it on while he was studying
I
the.
did. I just thought, okay, got their back to me. So, and this is a horrible thing I'm going to say. Just want to preface
Ooh.
that. Yeah. Juliet was on a flight today and said that the person next to her was really nice and they got to talking and they became really friendly. And I said, I would do anything to not have that happen to me. And then I said, and this is true, and I've never admitted this before, but I'll say it on today's show. I don't want to say I insinuated this, but I didn't let it not be insinuated that I perhaps could not hear or communicate.
Oh, interesting strategy.
I didn't feel good about it then, and I certainly feel less good about it now. I was
Sure.
probably about 20, and,
Okay.
there was a gentleman next to me who was really just talking, about
Talking Tang?
God knows what. No, it would have been way more fun if this guy was talking tang next to me. Uh, certainly would have been more interesting. I still would have wanted that person to shut up, but if a guy sat down next to me and said, "Hey, you want to talk tang?" Uh, at the very
Wanna
least, I
talk
would have
Tang.
been like, "Wow, this is, wow." No, so I did not have headphones in, and I went for the I have headphones in thing. So it started out innocently.
But you didn't have them in, but you pretended like you did?
I
You're
was
like,
just so
"Oh,
used.
I."
So I thought I had them in for like a second, and I went for the this, and then his face went, and so I just smiled really big and went and gave thumbs up, like because I was first of all I was thrilled that this whatever this was working. Me just pointing and going,
Oh, so he may have thought you were just deaf or something. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
that is really it's horrendous. I never said it. I didn't do any kind of I didn't fake sign language. I
Well,
did
that's good.
nothing. I didn't go that far.
Yeah.
This was not this was certainly not something that if you watch me objectively from the outside, you would think this is borderline, but it's all right.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's the
I would
5-yard
first of all,
holding penalty, the
if
15
I
yard passing interference.
had if I had done fake sign language or really hardcore insinuated that I had a disability, I would not be telling you this story. That would be
No.
something that I would die with, having never told anyone.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. You rode right up to the line, but, it was
Accidentally,
effective.
accidentally at
Sure.
first, and then immediately purposefully
Yeah.
once I saw that it was working. But anyway, that is an indication of how little interest I have in talking to a stranger. And yet, I do greatly have interest in talking to people that are interested in what I do because it means that the art that I make has had an impact on somebody, and that's a really fun thing to experience. So I love when people come up to me in public and say something about the band or whatever it is. This was this weird crossroads of
Yeah.
a positive, and again, and I want to reiterate, never said, "Are you Andy?" Never said, "Can I get a photo with you?" Never insinuated that they were a fan. Said, and this is it, "What's your favorite Black Veil Bride song?" And I, 1 minute later, 60 seconds later, said, "I don't know any." And they said, "Really?"
Mm.
And I said, "Never heard of them." I'm just
Well,
now realizing that it's possible that the thing that I ordered, the person that I ordered from probably drew the logo on there. Uh,
mm, that does make more sense.
so now we've got a multiple disaster-based situation
Yeah.
where both the sender and the setter are just going to be hanging out outside there.
Who is the sender? I love that it was Amazon or something.
It is not. No, it's not.
Alright.
It's a clothing company that I like, but I thought was unaware of who I was, and now I'm starting to think maybe that's not true.
Yep, the jig is up,
Yeah, and I just all I wanted to do was jig.
right?
Before we get to anything else, I just want to quickly say, a lot of people have been asking about Hurricane Ian and the effects that it had on us here. Um, we were extraordinarily lucky in that the Tampa Bay area really was not hit. You know, a lot of people are still without power. Uh, there was really heavy winds and rains, but comparatively speaking to what people to the southeast of us experienced in places like Fort Myers and Punta Gorda, we didn't get that at all. And that was we were, by all accounts, that was what was supposed to have happened here. The storm right before landfall took a hard right turn and then just kind of kept going. And you've seen now, once it got to the Atlantic, it caught steam again, and now is heading up Myrtle Beach and everything, and it's horrible. So I just, look, we've had a lot of well wishes and everything, and I truly appreciate that. But we were very lucky, and we got out of this without any structural damage or anything. The most that happened was, a couple days of being inside with some crazy winds and rains, and about 2 hours of cleanup in the yard in terms of debris and some down tree branches and stuff like that. And we were very lucky that we got power back by Thursday, so there was no issue there. Many of the people, even in our neighborhood, didn't have power until today. But down south, a lot of those people were caught off guard. And this was my first experience with, I suppose, weather media. Because, living in LA, the fear that we always have is that something that we can't predict is going to happen, which is
Yes.
the earthquake. Whereas with this, there was a doomsday clock that had started ticking, and you're watching the news, and there's a guy from the Weather Channel who's located. Oh, he's going to be really near, 2 towns over from where we live tonight, and he's reporting from there, and it's all going to happen, and all this stuff, and you're just getting so worried. And then what happened was the storm switched, and I'm not really blaming the meteorologist here because it's all a prediction. But the problem was you had 4 or 5 days of everyone preparing that it's coming right here, and then it didn't, and it came south to people who were unprepared. And in fact, many people from our area evacuated here to the southern areas where they were met with the storm. And the one thing that, and look, again, I don't know anything about meteorology. The thing I found annoying was instead of really pivoting in many cases, I kept seeing the term Southern Tampa being thrown around, which really the places that were hit are 250, 300 miles south of Tampa Bay. In some cases, some were close enough to Tampa Bay, but in a lot of cases, it would be like saying that the storm hit Los Angeles when it hit San Diego. Do you know what I mean? And I
Right.
think that
Yeah.
the idea of just being like, oh no, that's just we were still right. It's just a southern area. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess it just rubbed me the wrong way because I feel so incredibly bad for all the people who were just completely blindsided. And again, I don't know enough about weather in general to really. I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here or make any kind of rant. I just thought it was kind of bizarre, the whole thing, and it sounds like we just got really lucky, and a lot of folks didn't. So we do on the Black Veil socials. If you go to my Twitter, if you go to Black Veil's Twitter, Facebook, we are donating to volunteer services in Florida to the hurricane relief stuff. So go there, check it out, spread the word, donate if you can. And there's a lot of great other organizations out there that are doing that as well. So just wanted to give an update on that before we go any further. Joseph, what about you? How have things been in Joseph Land?
Joseph Land has been solid. I really want to thank everybody who commented last episode, just talking about all my anxiety and everything else. I'm sorry I haven't personally responded to those. I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time, but it meant a lot. I did read them. Thank you for sharing. And yes, throughout this whole thing, it has become abundantly clear that there are a lot of us who have challenges with anxiety and everything else. So thank you very much. Getting better every day, more or less, I'd say. But I did go. Karina and I went to a baby shower, where all the babies were showering. There's a lot of babies showering, and that's not what I thought it meant. I thought it was like before the baby's born.
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't go to that.
I
That
yeah, I
doesn't
was
interest
very
me.
uncomfortable.
No offense to you, Joe, but that doesn't sound like the kind of party I'd want to go to.
Well, yeah, I felt duped. I was expecting a baby shower in the traditional
I'm
sense.
gonna say something right now, and this might be a hot take. Uh, I don't give a shit about anybody's baby that
Oh,
I'm not
none.
related to. None.
No, no,
So,
none.
and I don't wish them ill, but I
Well,
certainly don't
no.
want to be at their showering party. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, there were like 50 couples and they all brought their babies and there was one giant shower and then they were all just showering and we just
See, this
watched.
is not my kind of scene, Joe. So did you wear your Mickey Mouse sweatshirt to the creepy baby party?
Yes, my Disneyland sweatshirt. Karina and I went the other week.
What's going on at Disneyland these days? Any food fests or wine festivals or infirmary trips?
There's a giant pumpkin. It's all Halloween. It's
And they
fake.
don't know
I
what to do
found
with
out.
it.
Yep,
It just
yep.
it just showed up.
What do we do with it? Um, yeah, they're in full Halloween swing. So we did the Haunted Mansion Halloween version, or the
That's
Nightmare
the
Before
Nightmare Before
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I like quite a bit.
I know this because remember when I went on that kick of a month of watching all Disney Plus content?
Yeah,
I'm done
yeah,
with that, by the way. I'm over it now. I don't know what that
sure.
was. I'm back to just watching The Office.
Oh, good, good. Very
Back to the
reliable.
old stable since 2006, constant rotation.
So anyway, it was not what I described. It was a traditional baby shower. And
Good.
for Karina's friend, who is a delightful person.
So it was Karina's friend showering, and you guys
Yes,
were all there. Yeah.
yes, she's very pregnant. She showered for all of us. It was uncomfortable. Also,
Again,
not something I
these
would have
sound like
seen.
terrible parties, Joe. These are bad parties.
So it was a surprise baby shower for Karina's friend.
She didn't know that you were there while she was showering.
No, yeah, yeah,
Surprise!
we
You were
were all
behind the
peeking
blinds. You were
through a hole in the wall.
peeking blinders.
We were all peeking through the blinders as she bathed, and then we all said surprise. And it didn't go over well.
You all
I don't
held
know
up
why.
babies. It's a baby shower.
um, yeah, there was probably like 30 of us waiting for Karina's friend and her husband to arrive. Um, it was at the parents of the soon-to-be dad's house, and they put a porta potty outside for the men, and then the women could go inside and use the bathroom, which I honestly kind of respected. There was going to be drinking and things. I thought, all right, treat us like the animals we are. And so uh, the soon-to-be parents were late, and so we were just kind of, waiting, and I needed to go to the bathroom, and nobody had used the porta potty yet, which was good. So I went in. I was feeling very anxious. Just I hadn't been in a group of people. I didn't really know anybody.
And you were in a
Uh,
porta potty,
yes,
which is
and
never good.
and got on my phone to check some college football scores just to distract me, and dropped it in the porta potty. And
I knew that this is where this was going, and I was so sad about it.
and yeah, nobody had used it yet, so it was just whatever that weird liquid is that's in there. It wasn't full by any means, and I didn't know what to do. And so now I'm really freaking out. The sister of the person of the soon to be father was organizing this. She's one of those, like, she could probably be a wedding planner, going around making sure everything's all ready. She doesn't know me. We also were the first ones to arrive. So that sucked. We thought it started anyway. So they had to deal with us and making sure we were comfortable, because
Yeah.
it was like half an hour before anybody else showed up. So I think she was already annoyed with us. She's running around. I have to go because I don't know if I could just stick my hand in that stuff. I don't know what it is. Uh,
Well, let's find out. I want to Google this right now. Since
yeah,
you couldn't
please.
because you didn't have your
Because I
phone.
didn't have my phone. Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
haven't gone to Karina
Is
yet.
the liquid in a porta potty? Let's just start with what is the liquid in a porta potty?
Right. Yeah, because again, at this
All
point,
right, here
there's
we go.
no shit in it.
It is a deodorizer meant to help mask the smell that may be produced by a portable restroom. Every portable restroom provider is a little different, but at on-site companies, we use a non-formaldehyde liquid deodorizer product, which leads me to believe that some companies use a formaldehyde-based one. Biocides are the primary active ingredient in porta potty's blue liquid. They're a substance meant to prevent the growth of gram-positive bacteria that release some unpleasant odors. These bacteria are responsible for many foul odors beyond those associated with human waste. Formaldehyde. So there you go. So it's similar to what's pumped into a body to avoid smell at an open casket funeral.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what we were dealing with. So I asked the sister.
Hey, check this out. The blue water contains chemicals that kill almost all bacteria and viruses. So your phone is probably better off than it was before.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the good news is that it is fine. I did get it back. However, I asked the sister what I should do, which was the dumbest question because why the fuck would she know?
Yeah.
I asked, I realized my mistake because she's like, "What? Could I have the number of the
Surprise!
company?" Yeah, surprise. Did I say it right? Got
It
the
is
number.
surprising.
Yeah, it was a surprise. Got the number from
Maybe
the
you thought
company.
that that's what a surprise party was. Is just a bunch of you just do the most surprising thing possible.
And given my options, I mean, unless I
Yeah.
just like went on a rampage and started
Hey
throwing the
guys, I
chairs.
threw my phone in the porta potty, right? Hey, you didn't expect that shit.
I got the number of the company they rented it from. I told them what happened. They said you should not lean down and grab it. We have somebody in the area. Somebody can come and grab it for you. That happened. It took some time, and the soon to be parents got there as the porta potty truck was out front. I basically ruined the surprise. They knew something was up.
Oh, and then what a shitty, pardon the pun here, but what a shitty way to ruin the surprise. Hey, there's a porta potty truck outside of his house. Something must be going on in there. Hey, I'll say this for on your defense, Joe. I know that you said it's nice that they put a porta potty in a house or outside for the men. It's fucking insane. I just want you to know that. I want everyone, and I believe everyone will acknowledge that it's the fucking craziest thing I've ever heard. That in a private residence, in lieu of having males and females use the same bathroom, they put a fucking porta john in their backyard. That's fucking crazy as shit. Those people won't see this show, and I know you can't say it, but I'm going to say the whole scenario is ridiculous. So I don't think you should feel so bad about ruining the surprise. If anything, you should maybe point out that it's a fucking bizarre thing because if you had just dropped it in the toilet like a regular situation, you could have just taken it out. We've
Right.
all dropped things in the toilet. I
Not a
dropped my
big
fucking
deal.
jewel in the toilet at the airport on the flight back from the last tour, and the auto flush immediately took it down into the bowels of the airport. Shit happens. Auto flush, shoom, gone.
Gone. Nope, not getting that back.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you drop stuff in the toilet, it happens.
Yeah. No, you're right. And that was, I really did want to say, hadn't had a porta potty, this wouldn't have happened, but I thought better of it.
Which is what you should have said. I wish you would have gone on the offensive. I understand you're a nice person, you're probably apologetic, but it would have been
Yeah.
funny as fuck if you were like, well, what are you doing having a porta potty and just ruined the whole party that way.
Right. Yes, exactly.
The surprise was already ruined. They might as well walk into a full-blown screaming fight.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have anyway, nobody so then the last part was that again, people were getting kind of restless, waiting for the couple to show up. And then I had to kind of stand in front of the porta potty and say, I'm sorry, could you not use that? My phone
Sorry,
is
man.
there. I'd prefer if you wouldn't shit on my phone.
Sorry. This totally normal thing where you have to go out into this porta potty. I won't allow it.
So anyway,
Another public service you were doing.
Yeah. Because then some men were able to go inside until my phone was
into the bathroom.
I know.
I don't like any of this. I don't like the whole gender thing anyway with bathrooms. So I'm mad about this just from a ideological standpoint.
Well, good. I'm glad that they can be the enemy and not me, and my stupidity.
They're my enemy, Joseph.
Well, good.
Not only
So
are they hardcore gendering bathrooms, they are specifying that the male gendered bathroom is the plastic room outside with the fucking formaldehyde in it. No. We have a plastic box filled with dead body fluid out there for you, penis haver.
Right. I'll give him this. It did have the foot pump water thing, so at least we can wash our hands.
Good.
So anyway, my first time out in public since all of this stuff has happened mental health wise was it was a mixed review. It was a mixed outing, I'd
Well, I'll
say.
say this: anybody who identifies as male at any party that I'm ever to have, which spoiler alert won't happen, you can use the same bathroom as anyone who identifies as female. That's my promise.
Well, thank you.
I
On
have
behalf
no
of all
bearing
males.
over venues that I play at, so please don't at me about that, as the kids say. I can't do anything about that. But and if I were to throw a party, we first of all we know a mail dropper would be there,
Yes.
asking everybody trivia about their favorite songs, and second of all, bathrooms for all.
Well,
I
that's all
didn't
you can really
wait.
ask for.
Actually, perhaps I'll do this. Only porta potties for all.
For both. There
For
you go.
everyone, regardless
Yeah.
of how you identify, you're going in the fucking porta potty. That's
Absolutely. That's the way to do it. I respect that. It had it been
Thank you.
equal. So anyway, that was
That's what I should have said to the mail carrier.
yeah. Oh God. And one last side thing, completely unrelated. I think we've talked about the things that I do that really piss me off about myself. How I often run into corners, just random corners in the wall or in hallways.
Blair
Somehow I'm
Witch
always
style,
bumping into them. Yeah.
going into the corner.
Yeah. Well, no, the edge.
Oh,
I always bump my elbow into it, and
okay.
it drives me insane. The latest one has been washing my hands with any sort of long sleeve item and then getting water all up into my sleeves. It's the worst thing,
I'm just
and I
picturing
can't
you with
stop.
like a little kid with like an adult size sweatshirt on, and you're just washing your hands over the sleeves, sort of flopping around.
It drives me insane. I really just need to learn how to roll my sleeves up,
It
but
drives
I
you
never do
crazy. Uh-oh, like no one else. It drives you crazy, and you can't help yourself.
I just can't sleep.
I actually think that the "It Drives Me Crazy" might be one of
Oh.
my favorite melodies of all time. It's always appealing. If I'm in like a Big Lots or somewhere that would play that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it seems like a Big Lotsy type of song.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't remember the last time I was in a Big Lots, but I just feel like they were playing "She Drives Me Crazy." Like
Yeah.
no one else. She drives me crazy, and I can't help myself.
It is the better of the drive me crazies. The other being the Britney Spears one. I think.
Or you drive us wild, we drive you crazy.
There we go. A little kiss.
There
Little
you
smooch.
go. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching the show. We love you. We miss you. Please comment about the thing that happened to me and continue to comment about everything else and continue to encourage Joe for being awesome and continue to encourage me for allowing everyone. So just to let everybody know, our Zoom session cut out just as I was finishing.
So
And
close.
instead of finishing it, I'm just going to let you finish. That'll be this week's homework. What are you encouraging me for allowing people to do? Let me know. Let us know. Let us.
Let us.
And if you happen to
Sounds
deliver
good.
mail to me, I don't really know how to handle it. I have no advice. I'd probably just let it go and not say anything. And then we can continue to have a friendly relationship where I watch you from outside the blinds.
Yeah,
Oh,
that seems like the
action
best
figure update real quick. Got this guy.
Whoa!
This is the Azrael Batman, famously my favorite Batman.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty happy about it. Got two of
Nice.
them, one in box, one out of box. Look at him.
Okay.
Get up there. Get the focus. There he is. Look at that sweetness.
Yeah. You don't see the blue mask all that often.
No. 90s, a 90s special. What else do I have around here? Anything else in the immediate vicinity? Oh yeah, here we go. This is a good guy. This is the Batman statue.
Oh. Also, one in box, one without.
No, this one just came right out of the box. For a statue, I think you just got to go right out of the box. Pretty dope,
Yeah,
though.
that looks pretty great.
There you go. There's your action figure update for the week as well.
Fantastic.
We did
I
it
still
all.
don't own any, so that's my update.
One day, Joe. One day you'll have more than me, as the prophecy foretold. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.